That's what decides your future in this business. The hardest lesson of all is that you don't need to be active to be profitable. You don't need to be clever to be successful. You need only to be patient, disciplined, and ready. The setups will come. They always do. The question is, will you be there with money in hand and mind in control when they arrive? Or will you have wasted your capital and your confidence on impatience? That's the choice every trader faces, every single day. When I say that folding weak hands preserves capital for the right opportunities, I mean it in the most practical, hard-learned way. This business is no different from a card table. The fool plays every hand because he thinks that to win he has to always be in the game. The wise man folds more than he plays, because he knows the true test isn't in how many hands you enter, but in how many you avoid. Do you understand the difference? Trading is about survival first and profit second, and survival depends on your ability to protect your stake. Every dollar you put into a poor trade is a dollar you cannot use when the real trade shows up. Think about that. Isn't that the most overlooked truth in this game? You only have so much ammunition, and wasting it on weak setups is the fastest way to run yourself out of the war before the battle even starts. The market doesn't care how badly you want to be in a position. It only cares about probabilities, and probabilities don't favor the trader who insists on forcing weak hands. I've seen men trade like gamblers, throwing chips at every pot, convinced that somehow the constant action would tilt the odds in their favor. But the market isn't a casino, and you're not playing against luck. You're trading against human emotion, crowd psychology, supply and demand. And when the setup isn't there, when the pattern isn't clean, when the odds aren't aligned, you've got to fold. Can you do that? Can you watch the chart move and resist the urge to chase it? That's the hardest thing for most. Preserving capital is more than just holding on to money. It's preserving your confidence, your clarity, your discipline. Every weak trade that ends in a loss eats away at your mental reserves. It doesn't just cost you dollars, it costs you patience. It makes you desperate to win it back. And desperation is the graveyard of traders. How many times have you seen yourself throw good money after bad, just to make even? That spiral begins with one weak hand you couldn't fold. I remember times when I had cash in my pocket, and the tape looked tempting but not right. The old me would have taken the shot just to feel alive in the market. 9 times out of 10, it would cost me. The smarter me learned to step back. Better to sit in cash and look stupid than to sit in a losing position and feel trapped. Do you see the difference in power? Cash is power. A bad trade is weakness. Every time you fold, you strengthen your position. Every time you force, you weaken it. Most traders hate being on the sidelines. They think money must always be working. But in truth, cash is also a position. Sometimes the best position you can hold is none at all. When you fold the weak hands, you're holding cash, and that cash is ammunition. That's what keeps you alive long enough to take the strong setups when they appear. And when those strong setups come, you'll be glad you kept your powder dry. You can't catch every move, and you shouldn't want to. The market is full of noise, full of half moves, false starts, fake breakouts. If you try to chase them all, you'll bleed yourself dry. Folding weak hands means letting go of the need to be right all the time. It means admitting that not every opportunity is yours to take. Does that bruise your ego? It should. Trading isn't about ego, it's about discipline. I'll tell you something, the biggest trades I ever made, the ones that set me ahead, they only came because I had the capital ready to seize them. And the only reason I had that capital ready was because I didn't waste it on the weak ones before. Folding weak hands isn't about missing out, it's about keeping yourself prepared. How else do you expect to build wealth in this game? You think wealth comes from chasing scraps? No. Wealth comes from catching meat, and you can't catch meat if you've starved yourself on scraps. It's tempting to think that a small loss doesn't matter, that a small mistake is harmless. But add them up, one after another, and soon you've dug a hole you can't climb out of. Weak hands don't just cost money, they create habits. Every time you play a weak hand, you reinforce impatience. Every time you fold it, You reinforce discipline. Which habit do you want to build? Which habit do you think makes you richer over the years? Let's put it plainly in trading, folding weak hands is the same as protecting your future. You don't know when the next big setup will arrive. Maybe it's tomorrow, maybe next week. But when it comes, you'll need money to act. If you've blown it on poor trades, you'll be watching opportunity pass you by. How many times have you said to yourself, if only I had the capital now, I'd take this trade? That's the punishment of weak hands. That's the cost of impatience. And don't fool yourself into thinking you'll make it back easily. The market doesn't hand out second chances. When the right setup comes, it doesn't wait for you to rebuild your account. It rewards the man who's ready, and it leaves behind the one who wasted his stake. That's the brutal truth. Can you stomach it? Think of the crowd. The crowd always wants in. The crowd can't fold. They chase, they hope, they cling. And the crowd always loses. If you want to stand apart from the crowd, you must act differently. You must fold when they play. You must sit when they run. You must wait when they rush. That's how you preserve your capital. That's how you last in this game. Every fold is a decision. Every fold says, this is not my hand. This is not my trade. That's power. That's control. The amateur thinks folding is weakness. The professional knows it's strength. Which one are you? I've sat for weeks, even months, without a trade. People said, Jesse, you're missing the action. But I wasn't missing anything. I was waiting for my hand. And when it came, I played it big. That's the difference between dabbling and trading. Dabblers nibble at weak hands and end up broke. Traders fold them, wait, and strike when the odds are right. Weak hands whisper in your ear, maybe this time. They look almost right, almost ready. But almost doesn't pay. Almost setups are how brokers get rich and traders go broke. Folding weak hands means you understand that almost is not enough. It's either right or it isn't. And if it isn't, you keep your money in your pocket. Isn't that the simplest rule, and yet the hardest to follow? Preserving capital isn't glamorous. It doesn't feel exciting. Folding a weak hand doesn't make your pulse race. But it's the habit that separates those who last from those who burn out. Excitement is for gamblers. Wealth is for traders. And wealth is built on discipline, on patience, on folding the weak so you can seize the strong. The beauty of this rule is that it never changes. Markets change, technology changes, patterns shift, but the principle of preserving capital by folding weak hands is eternal. It worked in my time, and it will work 100 years from now. Because it's not about charts or machines, it's about human nature. Human nature is impatient, greedy, fearful. Folding weak hands is the antidote to all of that. It's the one edge you can always control. So I ask you, the next time you see a chart that looks tempting but not perfect, what will you do? Will you fold, or will you play? Will you preserve your capital, or will you risk it on a weak hand? That decision, repeated again and again, is what makes or breaks you in this business. When I tell you that preparation during waiting is as important as execution during trading, I mean it in the most literal way. People think waiting is idleness, as if sitting outside of the market is wasted time. But waiting done right is the hardest kind of work. Waiting is studying, it's sharpening your edge, it's conditioning your mind so when the moment comes, you don't hesitate. Do you think a trader just wakes up, clicks buy or sell, and fortune falls into his lap? No. The fortune is built in the quiet hours, when he is watching, recording, analyzing, and preparing. There were days in my life when I wouldn't make a single trade. Not one. To outsiders, it looked like I was doing nothing. But inside I was working. I was watching the tape, I was marking my charts, I was learning how the stock acted when it was strong and when it was weak. That's preparation. Because when the time came, when the setup lined up, I already knew the stock like an old friend. I knew how it breathed. I knew how it reacted. That allowed me to act instantly, without hesitation. Can you see why waiting must be active, not passive? Preparation is what gives you conviction. Without it, even the best setup can feel uncertain. Think about it. If you've done no work during the waiting, if you haven't watched the levels, the ranges, the volume, when the move finally comes, you'll second-guess yourself. You'll hesitate, you'll doubt, you'll play small when you should play big. And hesitation costs money. But if you've been preparing all along, the moment the signal fires, you're ready to strike. Isn't that the edge you need? Many traders confuse patience with laziness. They say, "I'll wait for my setup," but they do nothing while they wait. Then, when the setup appears, they're unprepared. They fumble their entries, they size wrong, they panic when the stock wiggles. That's not patience, that's neglect. Waiting is not an excuse to stop working. Waiting is the work. Do you understand the difference? I'll give you an example. Suppose a stock has been consolidating for weeks. The amateur waits by ignoring it, hoping that one day he'll glance at the chart and see a breakout. But the professional studies it daily. He notes the narrowing range, the volume patterns, the way the buyers step in at support.